Hey everyone, and welcome to GTASC Weekly. I'm your host as always, Xylo. Unfortunately, Bob could not be here with me today, and as you can see, we're actually recording a little bit later, but the show must go on. Better late than ever, right? Let's get into some whopping stats. This week, we saw a total of 7,931 achievements unlocked, a total of 206,362 gamer score, and a whopping 300,621 TA. Our top 5 teams for the week were number 1, 40 Collared Chicken Monkeys, scoring 28,562 TA with a 1.4 TA ratio. Suikoden coming in at number 2 with 27,145 TA with a 1.37 TA ratio. Number 3, Why Do You Want to Be Called Lorella Stan? 26,415 TA with a 1.55 TA ratio. Freak Nation coming in number 4, 25,304 TA with a 1.43 TA ratio. Rounding out the top 5, No Shaming Kitty Games scoring 25,209 TA with a 1.37 TA ratio. Now moving on to our top 3 individuals for the week. Dazzledorf V2 from Team No Need for Introductions scores 10,540 TA. Coming in number 2, IZRet 102 from Delusions of Failure scoring 9,291 TA. Rounding out the top 3, Martian 213 from Master Chief's Minions scores 8,846 TA. Moving on to our badges this week. Once again, 40 Collared Chicken Monkeys gets their 4th Overachiever badge, scoring 28,562 TA. This week's Achievement Grinder badge goes to Master Chief's Minions, getting it for their 4th time with 1.71 TA ratio. The That Was Easy badge goes to Victoria's Secret, getting it for their 3rd time with a 1.25 TA ratio. The Balancing Act badge goes to Norfolk Enchants, getting it for their 2nd time with a gap of 1,569 TA between them. This week's Disparity badge goes to No Need for Introductions, getting it for their 1st time with a whopping gap of 6,911 TA. And finally, the That Was Close badge goes to Team Hoosiers, getting it for their 1st time, being only 256 TA away from this week's elimination. Now we did have some bonuses used this week. Team Norfolk Enchants and Team No Need for Introductions ended up using one bonus to escape being eliminated this week. Unfortunately, as another week goes by, 2 more teams get eliminated. This week, we say goodbye to Delusions of Failure, scoring 23,951 TA, and we're going to regret this too, scoring 23,118 TA. Dragon Yen, you have no excuses anymore. Get working on that website. That means we only have 10 teams left. Congratulations to 10 teams remaining. You guys have done a great job. Keep scoring, trying to get that final spot. Now let's move on to our recap for the featured question of last week. We asked you guys, and now let's move on to our recap for our featured question of last week. We asked you guys, how often do you think these last teams are discussing strategy to stay in this competition? Now, I ended up saying that they talk pretty often because it does take a lot to stay in this competition, especially this late in the game. Bob ended up saying that they don't. It just takes talent to stay in this competition. Planting 42, of course, answering his own question, ended up saying that his team ended up giving each other cell phones out and they're always constantly in party chat. Well, whatever strategy they're actually using, it must be working. They are in the top 10 now. But now let's move on to our feature question of this week. I know we've asked this before, but we want to know what you think again. With these last 10 teams remaining, which 2 teams do you think will end up taking the GTASC 2012 finale in the last week? I won't be saying my answer this time, but stay tuned next week as Bob and I will both be answering this question along with giving your responses as well. Now don't forget to let us know what your response is. Give us a comment down on our YouTube page, go to the GTASC.net forums, or send us a PM on TA. That's all the stats for this week. Now stop listening to this show and get to scoring. Otherwise, Bob will probably throw a banana at you. See you next week.